So, Possession is a film that was released in 1981. It was directed by a Polish director. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I certainly will not be able to. It is a film that I believe takes place in France, if I'm not mistaken. This stars Sam Neill and Isabelle Adjana, if I'm pronouncing her name. Isabelle Adjana is a French actress. And this film is completely in English, other than like one or two scenes or something like that, which are French. And this is a horror film. This is very popular in the horror community, and I have never watched this film before. This is a first time watch for me. I've always wanted to find it somewhere. It's readily available. It's quite expensive though. Like if you want the Blu-ray on eBay, it's like a gajillion, bajillion dollars. One of those things, more like 75 or 80. But it's up there. It's hard to find this one at a reasonable price, quote unquote. And outside of eBay, I've never even seen it available in any stores or streaming anywhere until I got Canopy. And then I was browsing Canopy, and I'm like, holy shit, I love this. So the first time I got to stream this film was on Canopy, which is for those of you who don't know, is a library service. If you have a library card in the United States or Canada that I know of, you can access Canopy and watch free films. So, yeah, this I've heard a lot about it. I've seen reviews on it. I knew exactly what I was going to get into. I didn't think this film. I knew this film was going to be messed up, and then I knew it was going to be an art house trip. I didn't expect it to be very like David Lynch style. Like that's the kind of trip that you get in this movie, especially in its second half. You get a little bit of Lars von Trier kind of styles here too. So it's like a Lars von Trier and a David Lynch baby. And basically, what we have going on here is Sam Neill and I forget their names in the movie, but Sam Neill and Isabel John, I think her name is. They're a married couple, and Sam Neill gets the news that she wants to divorce him, and then basically it just turns into a domestic abuse film for the rest of the 2.5 hours until you get to the second act of the film, and then it just starts to become this dark, nightmarish David Lynch nightmare kind of sequence where you have all this messed up shit happening all over the place involving things, and it gets it gets horror movie-ish. I don't want to exactly say where things go, just to keep things spoiler free for those who don't know much about it. It's a good movie to go in being surprised with what you're gonna see. But yeah, the film is like dressed up as basically a domestic drama, and then it turns into fuckery real fast, like real fast. Both actors, of course, do an amazing job in what they're doing. There's scenes in this film that are famous that most people, especially in the horror community, will already know. One involves like an alley of some kind in like this like subway station or something. Another one involves something that's not human. We'll just say. There's a lot of eroticism in this film. Eroticism that most people would probably not find attractive unless you have some really, 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 really heavy kinks. So if you have those kind of kinks, then maybe this is going to turn you on, and maybe you can have yourself a little rub session to it. But the average person is not going to watch this and be like, "Wow, that's really sexy." And of course, there's a lot of triggers for people, anybody who's ever been in an abusive relationship and doesn't want to relive that kind of stuff. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that of all kinds, like slapping, destroying shit, all in public, outside of public. Both actors act really weird. I want to say Isabel Adjana acts more weird, but there are scenes where Sam Neill just goes a little bonkers too. Not just physically, but like the way he talks and mentally and stuff like that, where his mind is at. And there's other characters introduced in the film. They have a son as well, he doesn't have too much screen time, but he's utilized in other ways, like kind of being in between them because they both have a son, so that comes in the way when it comes to a divorce. And yeah, what else can I say about this film to keep it spoiler free? I mean, Canopy is free to use if you have a library card, and it's there. So I would just suggest going to watch it and coming back with your thoughts, because this is a film to be discussed in so many ways. It's obviously a fully metaphorical film. It's it's one of those films that you can talk about and interpret in many different ways. Isabella Jana also. I looked up her repertoire, her acting credits, and she is in the film Tangled, which is hilarious. And if I'm not mistaken, she plays the princess's mother. The mother knows best. Mother knows best, or what? It's been a while since I watched that film. I do like Tangled though. It's just funny, you know, thinking about her doing her role in Possession, and then thinking about her doing a role for a Disney film as a voice actress. You're very polar opposites when it comes to what you're asked to do. And of course, there's nudity in this film, so expect that too. Yeah, that's really all I got. I don't know what else to say outside of a spoiler review. So maybe there I will give a spoiler review in the future, especially if I own the film. But as of now, just go experience Possession for yourself, and let me know what you think. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I will be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.